What's good, fam? It's Revenge VDI. I don't just make videos, I tell my story through every beat, every move, every win. I came from setbacks, I came from silence. But I'm here now, louder, stronger, and hungrier than ever. This isn't luck, it's grind, it's focus, it's revenge with purpose. So if you feel that hunger, that never quit energy, Collision, hit that subscribe and be part of the revenge movement. Skull High. Title: I paid for power, he paid the price. Before everything fell apart. A young man wants to lead his country, he wants to make things better, he wants to help people. Everyone says he's too young, too poor, too weak, but he doesn't give up. Powerful people don't like him, they laugh at him on TV, they spread lies about him, but more and more people start to believe in him. People whisper about a secret man, they call him the Kingmaker. He's the one who decides who wins elections. Nobody sees him, but everybody fears him. One night, the young man meets the Kingmaker in a quiet restaurant. The Kingmaker makes him an offer: give me $100 million, I'll make you win, guaranteed. The young man can't sleep, his heart says no, his dreams say yes. Finally, he signs the deal. He doesn't know he just made the biggest mistake of his life. Suddenly, everything changes. Newspapers love him, TV shows love him, his face is everywhere, money makes the impossible possible. People chant his name at rallies, thousands come to hear him speak. The polls show he's winning, he starts to believe he'll actually win. A reporter asks him a question: who's really paying for all this? The young man freezes. He starts to worry, but it's too late to turn back now. It's election night, the numbers look good, his team celebrates, champagne flows, everyone's happy, but something feels wrong. At 3 a.m., everything crashes, votes disappear, numbers change, his name vanishes from the results. The Kingmaker sold him out, he gave the victory to his biggest enemy instead. The $100 million is gone, the dream is dead. The media turns on him, his friends disappear, people who promised to help him run away, his phone stops ringing, he becomes a joke. He hides from the world, he's broken, he's angry, he's hurt. But in the silence, he starts to think clearly for the first time. He finally understands power isn't given, power is taken. He promises himself, I will never trust anyone again, I will never be weak again. He watches his enemies celebrate on TV, he watches them smile and shake hands, but now he's taking notes, he's recording everything. He starts over, but this time in secret. He finds loyal people, smart businessmen, computer hackers, people who were also betrayed. They want revenge too. His team digs deep. They find proof: the Kingmaker stole money, he broke laws, he betrayed the country. The evidence is explosive. He leaks tiny pieces of information, just enough to make people suspicious, not enough to be caught. The Kingmaker starts to panic. Rumors spread, he's back, his enemy laughs. He's finished, they say, big mistake. Documents leak online, videos go viral, the media goes crazy, the Kingmaker's secrets are exposed, his empire starts burning. The man who controlled everything is now fighting for his life. The world finally sees who he really is: a liar, a thief, a traitor. The Kingmaker is dragged to court. The same reporters he used to control now destroy him on live TV. Justice is coming. The young man returns to the stage, but he's different now, stronger, smarter. He tells the nation, they bought my silence once, never again. His rival who stole the election gets caught in the same mess. Their lies are exposed, they lose everything overnight. The man who was betrayed now controls the game, not because someone gave it to him, because he took it back himself. Standing in the office he once dreamed of, he looks out the window and says, they thought they destroyed me, but all they did was make me stronger. This isn't my ending, this is my beginning. I was young, hungry, and dangerous enough to dream of ruling. I needed allies, not friends, but he became both. He walked into my campaign like a storm, confident, brilliant, loyal, or so I thought. Together we built an army, every speech, every move, every handshake had his touch. People called us unstoppable. I gave him power, access, authority. He was my shadow, the man who finished my sentences and handled my enemies. He looked me in the eye and said, your victory is my victory. I believed him, that was my first mistake. The streets were loud with chants of my name, but behind the noise I didn't notice his silence growing. I started hearing whispers, contracts signed without my approval, meetings I wasn't invited to. He was building something for himself. My advisor said, "Sir, your right hand is reaching too far." I laughed, "He's my brother." But brothers are often the best betrayers. Funds vanished, files disappeared, my enemies somehow knew my plans before I made them. And every trail led back to one person. One night I walked into a meeting and saw him sitting beside my rival, smiling. That's when I realized I had trained my own assassin. The media tore me apart, my allies deserted me, the empire I built collapsed overnight because of one man's ambition. Everyone thought I fled, they were wrong. I was watching, listening, planning. In the shadows I started again, slowly, quietly. I didn't rebuild for power, I rebuilt for revenge. Rumors of my comeback spread like wildfire. My enemies called it superstition, he called it impossible. Until he saw me again, alive, calm, and smiling. I moved my pieces silently, his allies became mine, his deals became my traps. His secrets hit the headlines. Every lie he told, every crime he hid came to light. I didn't need to expose him, I just opened the door. He ran to the same people who once feared him. No one answered his calls, power loved success, and he was falling. He found me broken, angry. "Why?" he asked. I said, "Because you forgot who made you." The empire he stole from me collapsed in one day, seized, investigated, and erased. His power died screaming. I walked back into the same office where it all began. This time the throne wasn't shared, it was mine alone. I didn't hurt him, I didn't have to, I just made sure he watched me win with his failure as my crown. He begged for a meeting, I gave him one. He said I was wrong. I said, "You were greedy." Power doesn't reveal loyalty, it tests it. And he failed that test the moment he thought he could rule me. He lost everything, his name, his peace, his voice. I didn't destroy him, I just let him live long enough to watch himself fade. Now they call me a leader, but I know better. I'm not a leader, I'm a survivor. And in my world, betrayal has a price. The calm before power. Years after my first revenge, peace returned, or so I thought. I ruled in silence, rebuilding what was destroyed. But peace in politics is just the pause before the next war. New faces surrounded me, ambitious, loyal, respectful. Among them one man stood out, smart, brave, hungry. He reminded me of my former right hand. He became my most trusted aide. Handled my affairs, protected my interests, guarded my name. I told myself this time would be different, I was wrong. The first whispers came quietly, a contract altered, a meeting unreported. I dismissed them, I didn't want to see betrayal again. But denial doesn't change truth, it delays it. I began to notice familiar signs. The late-night calls, the secret meetings. It was like watching my past return in another man's shadow. He thought he was playing me. He didn't know I was testing him, giving him the same rope my first betrayer hung himself with. One message, one wrong signature. That's all it took to confirm my suspicion. History was repeating itself. I said nothing. No confrontation, no anger, just patience. I've learned true revenge needs silence, not noise. I mirrored every one of his moves. Each deal he made was traced. Each ally he built was already mine. We stood side by side at events, smiling for cameras. The world saw brotherhood. Behind the smiles, I was counting down the days to his fall. It started with a single leak, a document only he could have accessed. When it hit the media, his confidence cracked for the first time. He ran to fix the chaos. Every door he opened led to another trap. Every call he made was monitored. He was drowning in a flood he helped create. He finally looked at me and said, "You knew." I nodded. "I've always known. I just wanted to see how far you fall." His allies deserted him. The same men who once swore loyalty whispered his name like poison. Power doesn't vanish, it shifts. And this time it shifted back to me. The evidence surfaced: betrayal, fraud, blackmail. He didn't just fail me. He betrayed the very empire that fed him. 1 week later, his world burned. Accounts frozen, contracts canceled. And the man who once spoke for me was now begging for my mercy. This was betrayal twice, by different hands, same story. But the second time didn't hurt. It clarified everything. Power doesn't come from trust, it comes from control. He asked to meet privately. He wanted to explain, to apologize. I allowed it not because I cared, but because closure is a luxury only the strong can afford. He looked at me, eyes shaking. Why didn't you stop me? He asked. I smiled. Because lessons only stick when they hurt. He left that room with nothing, no allies, no reputation, no voice. He became a ghost in the empire he tried to own. After his fall, everything shifted again, people returned, loyalty restored. But this time I didn't celebrate. I just watched. Because I knew peace never lasts. I finally understood what power truly means. It's not about wealth or control or fear. It's about never needing anyone again. I wasn't the same man who was betrayed years ago. That man wanted revenge. This one became revenge. They say betrayal builds monsters. Maybe they're right. Because I stopped being a leader the day I was betrayed twice. Since then, I've been something else. The first betrayal taught me pain. The second taught me power. And now I am both. This isn't revenge anymore. This is balance. Thanks for watching PLZ. Subscribe, like and follow for more, only on Revenge VDI.